I'm reading on LinkedIn all of these things about how AI is going to replace the recruitment, how AI is going to replace all the HR department or the people that are working in the HR personnel. The companies will fire all of the people that work within HR department. They will make more money. I find this very, very funny. And I just want to mention this from the start that I use AI tools. I use ChatGPT, I use Gemini, I use them as tools because this is what they are, tools. They are not professionals trained to do a specific job in a company. Let's talk about it. Hi, my name is Cornelia. I work as a recruiter and I've been working as one for the last 5 years. In today's video, I wanted to speak about this AI mania and how everyone feels like AI is going to replace the whole recruitment department or the whole HR department. Yeah, basically telling you that this is not possible, or if it is possible, the services will be poor. Let's start with the first thing, and this is the interviewing process. I saw a lot of clips on LinkedIn with candidates that film themselves while having an interview with an AI. In my opinion, an interview is an evaluation process. This means that I, as a recruiter or interviewer, have to evaluate the candidate to see if they will be a good fit for the company or for the role or for the industry, or a good fit in general with the profile that we are looking for that specific position. A lot of candidates are lying. A lot of candidates are exaggerating their previous experience. A lot of candidates try to impress the interviewer or make them have a good impression of themselves. And it's very important for a good recruiter and a good assessor in an interview to spot through all of these nice words that the people are telling about themselves and try to compare what they are saying with their non-verbal behavioral, with the tonality that they are using, with the sarcasm that they might have. And all of these things are not detectable by an AI system. An AI system detects words, detect keywords, and this is how they figure it out if that specific candidate is a good fit or not. This means that an AI system that evaluates the candidates in an interview is easily tricked by those specific candidates that know how AI works and that know what are the right keywords that they have to say for the AI system to evaluate them as being suitable for that specific role. Recruiters or people in general that work within talent acquisition, they see nuances, and based on their experience and on their unconscious learning, I would say, because I wanted to mention the intuition, but this is what intuition is: informations and things that you've learned in an unconscious manner, and based on them you understand or you can take different decisions in the recruitment process regarding the candidates and their suitability. Based on this, recruiters will make better decisions than AIs in selecting and evaluating candidates. The second thing that I wanted to talk about, the relationship that the recruiter has with the stakeholders and with hiring managers in a recruitment process. I'm not gonna lie, it's very hard to work with different stakeholders or to work with hiring managers. Of course, based on their personality and on other factors, it's easier to work with different people than others. Based on my experience, all of the relationships that I had before with hiring managers were very delicate. And everything had to come from my side. I had to be the one that explained things. I had to be the one that conducted and that initiated all of the discussions. I'm not quite sure how an AI system can do this with hiring managers, to be honest with you. Because you really need to have a specific type of behavioral, a specific type of communication with them as a recruiter, so you can help them understand why some decisions are impossible or why some candidates or profile that they want are impossible to find. Also, based on the experience, you know where to push and where to step back from a specific discussion that you might have with them. So all of these things, you learn them based on the experience, and you learn them based on the knowledge of human behavioral that you have either learned through university of courses that you made, or either learned through your experience working with different people. So I'm not quite sure how a AI in a robotic voice can do all of these things and do all of this, I would say, human to human work and create this relationship with the hiring managers or other stakeholders that are involved in the recruitment process. The third thing is the relationship that the recruiter forms with the candidates. I said this before, the recruiter is the face of the company for that specific candidate. In the recruitment process, it's never one-sided. The candidate wants a good workplace and the company was a good employee. And the evaluation process, which is during the recruitment process, is from the both sides, from the employee or the next employee and from the employer side. And a recruiter's role is to present the company in a good manner to the candidate. Because, of course, for candidates that are very good, that are very experienced, most likely they have offers from other company or they are in processes with other company. And me, as a representative of the company that I'm working for, I want to convince them and show them that they should choose our company for different reasons. We have a good culture, we value our employees, we have a good benefits package, we can offer opportunities for development, or I don't know, if they want to advance in their career, we can offer this. And the recruitment's behavioral during the recruitment process and the respects that the recruiter show for that specific candidate can be important factors for that specific candidate to choose our offer and not the offer of other companies. So I'm not quite sure how you can create this kind of relationship with an AI program. And to be honest, a candidate will always choose a company that they felt the strongest connection with. And that specific company is represented by the recruiter and by the people that that specific candidate encounters in the recruitment process, other stakeholders, other interviewers and stuff like that. But mainly the recruiter, because the recruiter is there from the first message, from the first email, from the first application until they actually sign the contract. Another important aspect is the accountability of the recruiter and of the entire recruitment department for finding the right person for the job. Who is the person who will receive feedback from the stakeholder side? Who is the person who will program the AI to actually fit the new requirements or to fit the preferences of the hiring manager? And when all of these AI systems cannot deliver the best candidates and the hiring manager has interview after interview after interview with candidates that are not suitable, who is to be blamed for that? Is the company that provided the AI software, is the programmer who wrote those specific 100 line of codes or whatever? Who can be blamed for the bad candidates that are in the process all the time? And who can receive these corrections into finding better candidates in the future? To be honest, I'm not quite sure. And it's in the human nature to offer responsibility and to delegate responsibility to other people to do it, and at the same time trust them or give them feedback or scream at them in case they are not doing their job well. In the recruitment process, you speak with the stakeholders and with the people that are involved all the time. You ask them for feedback about the candidate. You ask them for help on how to better evaluate candidates in the future. And yeah, all of these things are developing in the recruitment process. You are not just create the recruitment process at the beginning of it and you stick to it and you ask the same questions, even though the hiring manager is telling you that you should ask other questions. So yeah, all of these things I would say is an evolving mechanism, and you need to have a person that is adaptable to it. I'm not quite sure how an AI do all of these things and adapt through the recruitment process to the new requirements that the stakeholders might have based on what they recruited before. And I would say that the last thing that I wanted to speak about is the negotiation of the offer. As I mentioned before, a candidate might have other offers from other companies that are better than the offer that you give. And yeah, the negotiation of the offer, I would say, is a process, right? I mean, you prepare different arguments. You try to highlight what you can offer, especially if you cannot offer the salary that a candidate wants. And on the spot, based on what the candidate is saying, you as a representative of the company need to adapt your negotiation strategy so you can make the candidate accept your offer and not other offers that they might have. And I would say that negotiations of the offers is something that a person has to be very skilled in, and at the same time try to respect the other party. I cannot imagine how a discussion can be between an AI software and a candidate. I would say that recruitment in general is an activity that has to be made by humans. As I mentioned before, humans like to connect with humans, and at the same time an AI program doesn't have the ability to understand different subtleties that a person has when they are saying different stuff, when they are behaving in a different way, and at the same time doesn't have emotional intelligence to understand all of these different aspects that are involved in an evaluation process. As I mentioned in the beginning of this video, I love AI. I use ChatGPT and Gemini from Google a lot, and they help me a lot in translating stuff, in understanding better different texts, especially if they are written in a foreign language that I don't understand, for example, German, because I'm working in Germany at the moment and my German is not the best. So yeah, I do use it a lot. But as I mentioned, this is a tool that can help a human do better work, but not actually replace the human entirely. Let me know in the comments down below if you have any other comments on AI replacing recruiters in the near future, as I see that this is on LinkedIn a very wide subject and everyone is saying that this will happen in the future. To be honest with you, I don't think it will. And the companies that are thinking this, they will realize soon enough that they actually need humans to take care of the human resources in their company and to attract new talent to the company. Thank you so much for watching. See you in the next one. Bye.